Keeping on here at Bernardston Auto Wrecking in Bernardston, Massachusetts, doing the junkyard crawl. What do the Coke bottle, the Studebaker Avanti, and this van have in common? Well, a designer named Raymond Loewy. Raymond Loewy is the guy who designed the Metro van body for International Harvester in 1938, and these things were built through 1964 with minimal changes externally. Now, the crazy thing is that these things were seen all over the country. Dairies, bakeries, TV repair shops, newspaper deliveries, they all had these vans. They were called walk-in vans because you could sit and get out and drive standing up as you delivered the paper instead of sitting down and getting up 1,000 times, just jump out, stand up, drive it. So it was actually a standing or seated driving position in this thing. Now this one here, the body has been removed from the frame. It's sitting on the ground here, but these are available 1/2 ton, 3/4 ton, 1 ton, 6-wheel, 4-wheel, all kinds of different combinations. But on this one here, we can see the engine has been liberated, as has the frame. But here's the doghouse, where either a 4-cylinder on fleet models or overhead valve 6-bangers would have lived. Again, that was International Harvester mechanicals that would have been in this doghouse right here. But this Art Deco styling with the formed eyebrows around the headlights, and here the Metro logo in the middle of the grill area. We see M-E-T-R-O, Metro, and just a beautiful thing. Split windshield, no money in the budget for a wraparound one piece, 2 pieces of glass do the job. So again, this brow seen on all of these things right up through 1964. 1 windshield wiper for the driver. There's no passenger, so who needs a wiper on the other side? So there's your single wiper. So very austere. The control panel here, a little pod. Shane, maybe you'll jump inside and I'll meet you through the window. You gotta love the junkyard. Where else can you stick your head through the window of a vehicle? Now up here, we'll see a couple of tags. The larger one says International Harvester. Now they owned Metro. The smaller tab is Metro Body. They were based in Bridgeport, Connecticut. By contrast, International Harvester was like, 800 miles away in the Midwest. But Metro was a bodybuilder company that supplied many different manufacturers. But International bought them in 1948, but they still allowed Metro to build for other competing things. Now, there were also Grumman and Divco vans very much like this, and some of those had aluminum bodies, but these Metros were always steel, which accounts for the rust. But you gotta love the driving position right here. 3-speed manual transmission here. No automatics. Some could be had with an automatic, but here are the directionals right here, the blinker. This is for the switches, the turn signals. The parking brake is this crazy hand-operated lever right here, which operate cables to the rear axle, locking the rear wheels. Little air grabber right here. No, it's not a Hemi Roadrunner. This is actually a little air door for letting air inside, to let your legs and your body cool off a bit as you go down the road between deliveries. But very austere, very cool. Now this one has been gutted out, as it were. The frame is gone, but it was transformed into a work van. You can see the wooden cabinets inside. Now that might have been done when it was immobilized here in the junkyard, because a lot of times van bodies like this are really valuable to junkyards because they're great for storing stuff. But you gotta love the sliding door right here. Just jump in, jump out. If it opened like this, it would hit traffic. But here it is, a flush mount slide right back. And just really, you got to wonder what this thing delivered and who made their living in this van. Now, to protect the body right here, these are the optional side Nerf bars. That's factory stuff right from Metro. And it would have protected the side skin and, telephone poles getting close because in and out of the curb hundreds of times a day in one of these things delivering the mail. Now, this one here might have been in Chicago. Maybe the Valentine's Day Massacre. Somebody shot this thing up with some, looks like 22 caliber. Anyway, but yeah, bullet holes, junkyards and bullet holes go right together. Now this one does have a Hemi in it. What I mean by that? Surprise in the back. Look at this. This is some of the stuff that's been put in here. That is a Toyota 2T inline 4-banger. I remember those in Toyota Corollas, and those tubes, those spark plug tubes down in that cast aluminum manifold, yeah, that's actually Toyota's baby Hemi. 1.6 liters, 75 horsepower, and these were everywhere in Corollas in the mid-1970s. And in fact, here is the rocker arm assembly, which is a baby version of the Chrysler Hemi right here. Adjustable rocker arms. There's the little tiny adjusters with the screw and the nut. The scuffer right there for the valve tip. But again, these are this is what you find underneath that. and the baby Hemi. And this is funny, these are old Toyota hubcaps. This one here is probably from a late 60s Toyota, Toyo Pet, something like that. It's just before the Hemi age. This one is an early to mid 70s Toyota Corolla. So this wheel cover might well have been turned by that Hemi engine when this was all together as a car. And if you like hubcaps, by the way, we're doing something new here every week called the Hubcap Game. And so these hubcaps here might make an appearance later on, don't know. But anyway, that's the story of the Metro body, 1938 through 64. And of course, International redesigned this in 65 through the early 80s with a blunt nose and a square body. But this rounded shape here, right back to the 1930s, designed by Raymond Loewy, the same guy who did the Studebaker Avanti, and yeah, the classic Coke bottle. Here it is, and kind of sad to see it in a boneyard, but the good news is Bernardston Auto Wrecking has a no crush policy. This thing's been sitting here for at least 25 years. It'll probably sit for another 25, which is good. So, but if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the Steve Bank YouTube channel. There's lots more to come.